Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Gaming Night. Today we're going to be talking about another awesome board game from my collection, and that is Tales of Arabian Nights. Now, Tale of Arabian Nights, you get a character of your choice from the, like Aladdin, Alibaba, Swordsray, Sinbad, all the different characters. And you'll be going on an adventure. And your adventure is going to be in this big book of tales here. It's kind of got a choose your own adventure type of game. It's very light-hearted game. You do have a winner, and the way the game works is you have 20 points that you can spend between story and there's another one, I forgot, story and destiny and story, and you basically secretly choose what you want to do, how many points in each category, and you have to get that many points in those categories or more, and then get back to I believe it's Baghdad is where you go. You say, I'm going to win the game, and you get to Baghdad, and you're going to have these encounters. They're through cards, and they're going to be completely random. There are 3 different types actually. And let me see if I can find all the 3 different types for you guys, because they all depend on a lot of different categories here. Actually, I'll give you a couple of example cards just to alright, there we go. Okay. You have these right here. Now these depend on the time of day. Now you can change the game and your difficulty in this game. You can make a custom deck and say, like, once you go through 10 cards, you won't do morning encounters anymore, and then afternoon you'll do these, and then at night you'll do these. So you can customize it, but as the times go by, the encounter types get a little bit more dangerous. But this is the princess, so you're going to encounter a princess. This one's exactly what it is. Now this one says elephant on it, but that doesn't mean you're going to encounter an elephant. It could be anything other than... Now the only time you're going to run into an elephant is if you're in, I believe that's a forest symbol. Yeah. So if you're in the forest, then you will encounter an elephant of some type. Otherwise you're going to encounter some other random one. Cities, you have a specific one you're going to go to. Just like this one right here, Ape Island. You're only going to come across Ape Island if you're in an island. So you never know what you're going to encounter. And then the last one you're going to have is a city encounter. So if you're in you drew this one, you're just going to basically go to this little icon here. And then when you get to Tripoli, you then can roll a 6-sided dice. You have to have successfully have an encounter there. Then you roll, when you get to the city, you'll roll one, and it'll be a specific encounter based on that city. Usually it's kind of nice. You'll actually get some kind of benefit or something to help you progress in the game, like a new skill or something. But the way this works, we'll do the princess one here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to 109 on the matrix. So someone's going to have this big giant book of tales here, and they're going to go to 109 if that's the time frame you're at. So you go all the way up to these different matrices here. So you're on 109, and then you're going to roll a 6-sided dice. The player is going to roll, and they add any modifiers that they may have had to abilities or little icons on the board. So like if you're here, you're going to add 2 to the die roll, and stuff like that. So the icon will actually help you get different encounters. If I'm not mistaken, that's what you do. The little jewel on it you add to the die roll. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. It's been a while. So so you can run across a friendly, a lost, a beautiful, imprisoned, desolate, disguised, wealthy, enchanted, vengeful, wicked, mad, powerful. So let's say you happen to capture it and found an imprisoned one. So Matrix A is imprisoned. So the other player, another player, is going to get this, and they're going to find imprisoned on here, and then you will then the player will have, based on the matrix here. So if it's Matrix A, the player can grovel, aid, rob, avoid, converse, attack, court, abduct, or honor. So if you decide to aid them, you will look up imprisoned and then aid on here, and that tells you to go to 189. So then you will go to this book here and encounter 189. So I'm just going to spoil one page here for you. 189. Okay. Then that said player is going to roll the destiny die. If it's a plus, you go one chapter ahead. If it's a minus, you go one below it. And then if it's this, so if I roll the neutral, it's going to be 189 exactly. So I read, when you speak, the princess cries out, quickly, the key hangs there on the wall. Release me before my jailer returns. So if you got no skill, you read one thing. If they got luck, or the 100 keys, you can read on. So let's say they happen to have luck. You'd say, the jailer's errand keeps him busy and you get the key right on the first try. The other rewards you handsomely for your assistance, and you'll get so many points. If you didn't have no skill, it says, alas, no sooner have you opened the door when the guard returns and cries the alarm. You are both easily captured. You are in Destiny 1, and then you get imprisoned. So in this game, you can actually get these little things. These really hinder you. They can, I mean, in this game is just so crazy. I mean, you could do the stupidest stuff in this game. So now you got the imprisoned status. So you go through and it says you're imprisoned, and you'll have this encounter, and it'll tell you every time at the beginning of your turn, before you do anything else, it tells you what you got to do to get rid of this card. And usually these cards, you can't win the game. I mean, you could do the stupidest thing in the game, and then you can actually end up winning, doing really good. Or you can say, oh, I'm gonna abduct the princess instead. She's kidnapped, and you want to abduct her instead. It could end up going really badly for you. But this whole game is just all about these crazy adventures that you're gonna have. I mean, yes, you're trying to win the game, but you're not gonna remember. You're not gonna mind losing to this game if you don't win, because it's just the crazy adventures that you encounter when you're playing this game. And every game you play is gonna be completely different. There's no way in heck you're gonna ever encounter the same thing every game, because there's so many random factors that I think this game has got almost indefinite replayability, just based on the fact that all the cards in the game affect where you're at in the game. The cards, the book of tales, the choices you make. I mean, you could play this game inevitably for a very long time without ever experiencing any kind of repeating factors. I mean, it's crazy, and it's just a laugh out loud riot, because you're sitting there like, okay, this game I was turned into a frog, and just for trying to help this king save his kingdom, and I got turned into a frog. Then I was a frog, and then I got changed into a female. I was a male, and now I turned into a female, and then so you're a female frog, and then finally you get saved by someone else. And you turn from a frog back to your human form. I don't know if frogs in there, but I'm just kind of giving you kind of an idea. And now the caveat: this game is a very long game. You're gonna expect to play no less than a couple of hours, maybe more. but you're going to be so engrossed with the story that you guys have with each other and the crazy encounters you have that you're not going to mind it. It's just very lighthearted and it's a lot of fun. I do not recommend this with younger kids because there are cards in here that and story of elements that's going to cause you to have that parental talk with your kids. So about the birds and the bees, so and things like that nature. So I recommend it. They'd be old enough, or if you're willing to, you might have to phrase things differently in the game. But there are sex change cards that can happen to you, and things like that. So it's a really good game. I mean, I could see you playing it with the family, but it's gonna, because it's not really that bad. But it's definitely recommended with an older age. I'd say, you know, the game recommends 12 and up, and I think that's a good age because that around that age that those topics are already covered, unless your family doesn't cover that stuff at that age. But that's the only thing I would recommend this with that age group is if they haven't had the birds and bees talk, you're gonna have to, I mean, you're not gonna know what's coming up. And the other thing is they have to know how to read. But this, you could actually use this as an aid of teaching your kid how to read too, and if you want to do it that way too. But like I said, it's just has some things in here that you just have to explain. But it covers like all the like Tales of Arabian Nights in here. Literally, that's why it's called Tales of Arabian Nights. You got the Aladdin's lamps. You have treasures you can get, and some of the adventures you'll get specific treasures. They'll tell you which ones to get. Other times it's a random treasure. But if another player has a said treasure, let's say if someone had a lamp and you acquired the lamp, then you get the lamp because you're supposed to have the lamp. So if you get some kind of specific treasure, you have to get it. So you can end up taking items from another players because you're supposed to have it. But this game is definitely a hoot. It's a laugh. It's a great. It captures all the elements of a choose your own adventure. This is it's kind of got, like I said, this is a step above some of the games that are out there. It's kind of got a little bit of complexity to it, but it's once you learn how to play it, it's really easy and simple to play. But it's a lot of fun. There's another game that's awesome in my collection that's got the similar elements here, but it's got more elements with Arkham Horror in it as well. So I'll be discussing that at a later time. That's another awesome board game in my collection. But this is a great storytelling game because you're going to be having all these wonderful adventures. Some stupid ones. You're going to say, how the heck did I save this building from burning down by going to a bar and having a drink? I don't know, and it happens. Or you say, oh, I'm gonna pray to the water, and then something happens and you end up praying to the lake and you find a treasure. It's like, what the heck? But it's so random, and but I think it's one of the reasons why it's so much fun. It's like okay, what's gonna happen next? And then your story's over and you go to someone else and they pick it, but there's no continuation in these stories. They're all like random encounters. So but there was one encounter that expanded like over 6 different pages, and I was like, oh my gosh. It was like, do this, okay, choose this. But there's a lot of them are just really short. So I definitely recommend you checking it out if you like games with adventure stories and don't mind the whimsicalness and randomness of the game. It's very fun. But do keep in mind, like I said, it's a lengthy game. But if you don't mind the lengthiness, or maybe if you have a place where you can play the game and then come back to it later. If you don't finish it in a certain amount of time, then you can always pick up and play it. Like store it, and like if you have a table that you have to play separately. But we usually finish it because we're just so engrossed with the story, and we don't really realize how much time we spent on the game. So this game really does that really well. You just lose your attention span. Just have fun with it, and you lose the track of time. It's really a fun game that we break out once in a while. It's just one of those when we feel like a game that's just chaos, that's just complete randomness, and you just go with the flow type of game. This is definitely our go-to game. So once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.